Hello and welcome to Eurosport. My name is Mark Siegel. This is the Downhill and Four-Cross Mountain Bike World Cup. Global racing riders there. And as was usual in the duel, and indeed the four-cross, I think that was either McCarroll, one of the global racing riders, losing control there. It looks like Nathan Rennie, I think, is going to take this win here. The Australian rider. And of course, what with four-cross. These guys getting all over themselves. And it looks like it's going to be a global racing one to Cedric Gracie and Brian Lopes. Lopes on the right, Carter on the left. Watch the start. So important to get that fast start. The Mongoose Hyundai rider Eric Carter in second place now, I think. Was just chasing down Brian Schmidt, Cedric Gracie, Brian Lopes. Lopes is not there at the moment. It looks like Carter in the lead at the moment. This course designed by John Tomac. Eric Carter leading at the moment. Oh no! There's a mistake there. And a crash from Lopes and loses it just before the finish. It looked like his foot had come out, and Carter goes through with Cedric Gracie in second. It looks like Brian Lopes has hurt himself. Very difficult for Lopes. Just catches his front wheel on that last jump, and the World Cup leader doesn't go through. He'll be disappointed with that. Very, very disappointed. Brian Lopes is getting up, but to that final. Chasson on the left. She takes that fast start on the left, trying to get the inside berm, and both riders coming down. That looked very dangerous indeed. That was Katrina Miller. Miller and Chasson vying for that inside line, and it looks like Sabrina Journier is going to take advantage of that. The French woman who has done so well in the four-cross this season. She's going to move through to take this final, I think, with April Lawyer behind her. April Lawyer, very tentative there, but Journier, the intense rider, is going to take her first four-cross win of the season. The first time that Anne-Caroline Chasson has not won a four-cross race, and that crash looked very disappointing with Lawyer coming right through into Sabrina Journier. No damage done there, though. The Maxis rider taking, there's the crash there. Boy, that was a heavy crash. Whew. I think Chasson came down very heavily indeed. This is Katrina Miller just after that. Carter on the left, number 2. Cedric Gracie, number 3. Nathan Rennie, number 4. Greg Minard, number 5, wearing the green strip of the global racing rider. And Carter goes straight to the front. Oh, loses it slightly on that jump there. Goodness me. Eric, usually the king of smooth, being chased home now by the Volvo Cannondale Pro. Cedric Gracie taking that inside line and just edging out Greg Minard there. Brilliant riding from Cedric Gracie, just losing the rear wheel, and Greg Minard trying to get back. And it looks like Eric Carter, the king of smooth, is going to take this win here. A great win for Eric Carter. His second on the trot this season. In fact, his third on the trot in this type of event. He won the last duel of last season with Cedric Gracie in second spot.
And that's a big part of it. So my starts have been good the last couple of weeks. Worked hard in the off season with my weight training, and
fifth spot, but a good win there for Eric Carter. Great win for Sabrina Journier. A little bit lucky, but that will spice things up. We're taking a short break. We'll rode the semis and quicker at the intermediate split. This course only 0.8 of a mile long, 1,287 metres. And Anne-Caroline looking, surprisingly, she doesn't like the Mont-Saint-Anne course. She had to work very hard for that win. And Sabrina Journier, Caroline was very injured. Look, this dusty, bumpy track. Good jump from Journier, the intense rider. She has the global racing rider, has had a disappointing season so far this season. Best of 5th at Fort William in the first round. But she is suffering from some serious injuries. But Missy Jovia coming across the line in 2:22.80, good enough for third at the moment, just over a second slower. Jovia was third fastest in the quarter, Mosley in third. It's basically between those three for the finals in September. Second downhill race, World Cup downhill race of his career on this 0.8 mile course. Fast, dusty and steep, designed by the famous John Tomac, possibly the best overall cyclist there has ever been. Better than Eddie Merckx. Eddie Merckx never rode downhill mountain bikes, or indeed cross-country mountain bikes, because John Tomac rode on a road team as well, rode for the famous 7-Eleven team. But we're watching Dustin Adams, 25th at Mont St. Anne last weekend. Can he do well here? Dustin Adams was only 25th in qualifying this morning with a time of 2:12:35. He's going to be faster than that now. And a long time. 26 years old, now riding for the Maxxis team. He won the American National Points Series last season with some consistent riding. Didn't actually win a race, but he was constantly in the top 6. And John has never really had the backing of a big team. When he did do in 1999, he rode for Schwinn Toyota. That was his best ever World Cup season. He was 21st overall there. He's had a previous best, and he just comes off there. Oh, unlucky for John. He was quick in qualifying this morning. Oh, that's unfortunate for Kukuldi. The man who's coming off there, you have a puncture there, punctured on that, you either punctured because of that crash or after the crash. As we look at Steve Peat, the British rider, much like Anne-Caroline Chasson, riding with an injury. Actually banged his knee in training for this race, and surprisingly for Steve, wearing a skin suit. Doesn't usually do this sort of thing, but coming off the back of that second ever win at Mont St. Anne last weekend, and looking very fast indeed. His time in qualifying this morning, 2:07:74. He's going to have to go a lot faster than that, looking very smooth through that bumpy section there. Steve knows how to handle a bike. 1:02.12. That's very fast. Steve looking good at the moment, the big man from Sheffield. He wants to win the World Cup overall. He's come second twice. This is the best season for him. Nicolas Vouilloz, his main opponent, is not in the running for the overall. Just Chris Kovarek and another Frenchman, Cédric Gracier, basically. But Steve Peat is looking good at the moment, looking very fast indeed. What's his time going to be? 2:0. It's 1994. Been around quite a long time. Rides for the same team as John Kukuldi, the Maxxis team. Cyril, very good rider. Loves technical courses. He doesn't like the super fast one, so he's going to like this course. And he's 1.72 quicker at that intermediate stage. Looking good at the moment. What's he going to do on the bottom half of the course? This very Barrel, the teammate to Cyril Lagna. He was fastest with a time of 2:03:60 in the semis this morning. A former teammate of Britain's, Steve Peat. Fabian, a 2-time winner of World Cup races. Nowhere near as many as his ex-teammate Steve Peat, but he will be wanting to beat Peat here at Telluride. First time the World Cup has come here. 1:01:47. He's quicker than Peat at the intermediate check, but can he be quicker on the bottom part of the mountain? Takes the jump well, very smooth. Backs the Fabian, 6th at Fort William in the first round, 3rd at Maribor in the second. Unfortunately had a problem at Mont St. Anne, only 49th last week. He hasn't got the consistency of Steve Peat yet, but can he beat him here? He's got to beat that time at 2:01:81 set by Steve Peat. Oh, and just about over a 10th second, I'm trying to work the maths out, a 10th of a second slower than Peat. So Peat wins his second World Cup race.